Hey everyone, welcome to This Week in PlayStation, your weekly look at all the stuff new on the PlayStation Network and all the new trophy lists that have been revealed. I'm going to do this one again with a little bit of the quick kind of format to it, and just kind of go over everything that's been new, talk about stuff that I did play through this week, and reviews and stuff like that, let you know a little bit about the games that are up, and all that good stuff. You guys let me know down in the comments, those who do enjoy this series. Do you prefer the longer one with like more of the trailers and stuff like that? Just because I just did a big flash sale video, which if you haven't checked that out, check that out as well. There's a flash sale going on this weekend with a lot of deals. And a bunch of easy trophy games are included in that, or ones on the easier side of things for a low price. So yeah, I did a whole video talking about everything that's on sale in that flash sale. So that's why I'm going to do another one of the little bit shorter kind of videos here for This Week in PlayStation. In fact, there's a lot of new stuff that was put up on PlayStation this week. So without further ado, let's get into it. Here we go. It's going to start off on page 2 and then we'll go over. This is everything that was on the system this week. We have Twisted Metal Ultimate Bundle for 2015. Not going to be really worth checking out. I don't know why this Ultimate Bundle is out new. But yeah, Twisted Metal, the new one that was on PS3, I just wasn't a big fan of. It didn't have the feel of the old ones. And I still love Twisted Metal 2, Twisted Metal Black. Those are the two best for me as far as the series is concerned. And I wish they would just do a throwback to that. Even just a full-blown remake, not remaster, remake of Black would be enough to suffice. Troll and I came out this week as well. This is a adventure platform. There's a lot of puzzle solving, a lot of like figuring out what you need to do next, like getting across gaps or all that stuff, where you have a main character as well as a giant troll that he meets to help him try to get back to his family after a big fire happens. It's one of those games that is way overpriced, I think, because I've heard some very mixed reviews as far as the game is concerned. There is a crafting system involved in it. I'm hoping I'll get a chance to check it out soon myself. I just haven't had the opportunity to do so yet. Basically, the troll is overpowered, and the other guy is, of course, weak as crap. There is some crafting involved as well in the game. Next up is Touhou 2. Touhou is a really, like, with bonus. I guess they don't have a thing. I just want like some of the screenshots. It is the second, obviously, in the Touhou series. The first one came out a couple years ago in like March, I want to say, and it's kind of a Dynasty Warriors-esque experience, a little bit like that. Of course, I don't have anything with it, but you have a big world of destroying people. It is from Tecmo Koei, so it still has a very much Tecmo Koei feel to everything. I wanted to show at least a couple of screenshots, but apparently I'm not going to be allowed to do that. I never got the chance to play the first one. If you're someone who played through the first one or have checked out the second one, let me know a little bit about it. Next up is Touhou Genso Wanderer, which I did a review of Touhou Double Focus that also came out this week. I haven't had a chance to check out Genso Wanderer yet. But basically, Genso Wanderer, the Touhou series, is a series of games. There's this thing called the Touhou Project that is a series of like shoot-'em-up shmups. That is a lot of them. And spin-offs of that series are like all kinds of games that parody or pay homage, or whatever you want to call it. Some people would just say rip-off to other popular genres and games. Genso Wanderer is keen to Shinrin the Wanderer, which was a series of dungeon crawler kind of games. One of them on the Wii and on the DS. So it finally loads for me. And basically, it's the Touhou universe and the Touhou characters, but in a Wanderer style of game. So that means dungeon crawling, random generated floors, pretty steep difficulty usually at times. If you're a fan of the Touhou series, you've probably already been playing it, already checking it out. It's a little bit of a steep price point, and the reason why I'm not a big fan of the price point is if you go ahead and buy Touhou Genso Wanderer, the physical release, which like I said, I did a review for Double Focus, you get a dual disc. You get Genso Wanderer one disc and Double Focus, the Metroidvania style game, on the other disc for $49.99. So you're getting two games for the price of one, along with a manual if you buy it physically. But if you buy it digitally, for $49.99, you're only getting Genso Wanderer. But if you buy the physical version, you get Genso Wanderer and Double Focus for that one price. Double Focus is a fun Metroidvania game set in this whole world and universe. I don't know why my internet is giving me issue when it comes to loading things right now, but it's messing up. I apologize for that. But anyway, so Touhou Genso, or Double Focus, Metroidvania, 2 playable main characters, in the dog character Momoji and an Aya, like Tengu. They get different abilities. Here's like an example of the map. Very Metroidvania. The only issue with the game is, this is the save point. There's only one save point in the entire game. The game's not huge either. It took me roughly about 2.5 hours to play through it on my initial playthrough. It does have a platinum. Both games, Genso Wanderer and Double Focus, have their own platinums. So that's a small plus, but you will have to like kind of master the game, beat the bosses without getting hit at all. So it's a relatively difficult experience, that is for sure. Smite Adventure bundle came out. I'm not really into the whole Smite thing. And then we also got some bundles with Hohokum and Sound Shapes together for 10.07. Sound Shapes is a great game if you're a trophy whore like I am, because if you buy Sound Shapes on one system, you get it also for the other systems it's on. It's a cross-buy, and it has separate trophy lists on every system that it's on. So, if you buy it on PS4, you get it also for the Vita and PS3. So you can, if you have those systems, you boot your game up on there, and you sync your save, and it auto-pops all the trophies. So, if you don't know that already, if you're a trophy whore, you probably already know about that. But for those who maybe don't, there's also an experimental bundle. I'm not sure what's in that, so I'm going to go ahead and load that one up. And then Super Dungeon Bros Mega Bundle Pack. The Super Dungeon Bros has been out for a little while. There's a physical release for it as well. I'm not sure what that bundle is concerning. There's also the releases for Royal Defense, Invisible Threat, and Royal Defense. These games, I assume, are mobile releases, mobile games that have now been ported over if it ever wants to load for me. Anyway, here's Super Dungeon Bros, a fun top-down perspective, beat-em-up style of game with multiple playable characters, up to 4 players, and includes online play. So you have online co-op and local co-op, which we don't always see. So cool game. It's one of those ones I've been wanting to check out myself, but I want to get the physical copy of it when I can. This version includes, I guess, extra bonus stuff. DLC, including the dubstep soundtrack, 80s soundtrack, heavy metal soundtrack, and Broettes character pack. So more the Broettes character pack. So I guess female characters, because Broettes. Like Chipettes, like the Chipmunks, I don't know. Royal Defense is a tower defense game, like you can see, clearly a mobile-esque inspired game. These games don't have platinums, though, unfortunately, but they released a whole bunch of them out of nowhere. Royal Defense Invisible Threat, and then there's another one as well. Maybe not out, maybe it came out last week or something, or coming out soon, but there's another Royal Defense game as well coming out. There's also a PlayStation All-Stars Ultimate Bundle for PS3 for $59.99. That's way overpriced for a game like that. Multiplayer Mayhem Pack that includes God of War Ascension, PlayStation All-Stars Twisted Metal, and clearly 2 other games. One of them I think that's not Warhawk, is it? Please tell me that's not Warhawk involved in that. Because, I'm waiting for this to load. Hold on. Starhawk, and that's probably Warhawk. Oh my gosh, really? $29.99. These games have been out forever on PS3, and this isn't even like a PS4 version of these. These are the PS3 versions of the game. Nothing against Warhawk at all, but it's a it was a relatively early PS3 title. I don't know, $29.99 for those 5 games. I bet you I could probably get all 5 of those games cheaper, physical releases right now on the secondary market than what that bundle costs. So I'm going to say skip out on that. Datora, Detuned, and Linger in the Shadows. I've not played any of these games. If you've messed with them, let me know. I assume these are PS3 titles, though. I'm going to guess. Let me double check on that. Yeah, PS3 bundle. So I haven't messed with them personally. Like I said, a bunch of bundles this week. Okay, so enough about bundles right now. Let's go into something that actually did come out on PS4 this week, and that is Rayon Riddles, Rise of the Goblin King, a game I did review, if you want to know a full review on it. But this game is a puzzle game. You have 3 playable goblins at your disposal. The tiny, the heavy, and the tech. Each of them, of course, can do different things, like lift heavy stuff, or go into small areas, or build stuff. And your goal is to get through each of the levels, past the evil enemies, as well as getting your king, the Goblin King, through the areas as well. The Goblin King is useless. He's just big and fat and walks, and that's it. And you have to make sure he's able to get through each of the areas, getting rid of enemies and stuff like that. You had to like build a bridge, and so you had to go around. You had to find objects to interact with other objects, and then be able to get through. There is some creativity when it comes to it, but the game has a bunch of technical bugs and glitches when it comes into texture pop-in and frame rate issues. The game didn't crash on me, surprisingly, but pretty much everything else under the sun. Items got stuck in things. Items trying to interact by picking up an object and putting it where you're supposed to. There was a lot of times where I was like, okay, this is supposed to go here, right? And nothing would work, and then I would come back, and like if I was stepping a little bit away from it, all of a sudden, then it allowed me to place the item. So it was very, very finicky, and it got very frustrating very fast. I'm not a big fan of this game at all. Not the worst on PS4 for sure, but I wouldn't recommend it. Of course, Mass Effect Andromeda is out this week, which I did pick up, but I have been so swamped with games to review. I haven't had even a chance to get into Mass Effect Andromeda. Of course, there's a lot of mixed feelings on the game at this point due to the animations and just a lot of stuff changed. I heard the combat is a lot more open and a lot funner this time around, but I heard the story takes a hit because of it. But I haven't messed with it personally yet. I'm hoping to get through all my other stuff I need to do, and then maybe I'll get to sit down one day and play Mass Effect Andromeda. You have Goat Simulator Waste of Space bundle. Waste of Space is the space-themed DLC that's now out for Goat Sim. This bundle includes Goat Sim and the Waste of Space DLC together for $13.99. Not terrible price, but Goat Sim has been on sale a lot, and I'm sure at some point this will be on sale as well. So, Goat Sim by itself has a pretty easy plat with only one annoying trophy being the Flappy Goat trophy. I was not a big fan of that. Next up is Freedom Planet. I love this game on PC. I loved it when I played through it multiple times on PC. It's now on PS4. It is very much a Sonic-inspired action platformer. A lot of speed, fun boss fights, good challenge, multiple difficulties, a killer soundtrack. If you're a fan of retro-style games, this is one of the ones that you want to play. Like a Shovel Knight. Like, it's up on that level, though Shovel Knight became much more popular overall. I know Freedom Planet has to have a decent following and stuff. They're working on the sequel, which hopefully doesn't take nearly as long as this did to come to PS4, because the original Freedom Planet, I think, came out in 2014 on PC. So hopefully we will see the sequel on console a lot quicker. $14.99. It is obviously, it's a bit pricey. It has been, like I said, on Steam for a couple of years, but to me, it's worth, the gameplay-wise, it's worth the price. If you're a trophy hunter, though, the trophies suck, and it's one of the things I'm very much disappointed by, because I love this game so much on PC. It has a good achievement list on the PC. When they brought it over to the PS4, it has a very lackluster trophy list, no plat, and the trophies are lazy, which I think is just... There are a lot of people that won't take them out of anything, and I still love the game, and I gave it one of my highest ratings I've ever given a game, but it's one of those deals where, like, that still hurts. It's like, come on, man, I've been waiting all these years for this game finally to come to PS4. It's on Wii U as well, back in 2015, I think, on Wii U, but finally on PS4, and just, I was so disappointed that not only no plat, but just a very lazy trophy list, but it is a great game. Great game. Next up is the weirdest game I've ever reviewed. And that's saying something, because I've reviewed quite a lot of games. And that is Everything. Everything is a game about everything and about nothing. You control, like, there's a very little story that you get, basically, is to help you learn the new mechanics of the game. This game, until you see it in action, you won't understand it, and even then you may not understand it. You can play as anything. You go from, like, you can be animals and control herds of animals. You can multiply animals, decrease them, have them mate, and like make more versions of them. You can control plants. You can control all the way down to like the cell and molecule levels of things, all the way up to the galaxy and space levels, where you control actual galaxies and move them through space. And it's weird. It's impossible to describe. Has a platinum, and once a guide comes out, like, this will be a very, very easy platinum. People are still trying to figure out, because the trophies are very cryptic in nature as far as the way they're described. I was popping trophies left and right, and I was like, I have no idea what I did to even pop some of these trophies. The game can also play itself. So you can put the controller down, and it will do things. Whether or not that ends up helping you trophy-wise or something, I don't know, but you have that. Escape Plan Ultimate version is out. Another bundle, I guess, ultimate version of that game with its DLC. I never checked that one out already. God, so many bundles this week. PS4 bundle with the PS4 Classics bundle and a PS3 Classics bundle, and then Avant-Garde bundle and the 4-in-1 bundle. But the okay, you see the 4-in-1 bundle. I want to load this one up first. Hopefully this loads. Sun and Moon, Letter Quest, 3/4 Home, and Paranautical Activity. We have talked about these games every week for this trophy video, this weekly PlayStation video, every week, because they keep bundling these games together. $11.99 is not a terrible price. You get all 4 of them in one, but it's just funny that they just will not stop making bundles that involve these 4 games. So you can buy each game individually, each game paired with one other game, and you can buy them all together if you want to. The Avant-Garde pack comes with Journey, Flower, Unfinished Swan, and Bound for $44.99. A little pricey, but Journey is an amazing game. Flower is an amazing game. Unfinished Swan is actually free right now on PS4, or was free last week. So I actually didn't own Unfinished Swan on my PS4. I just recently downloaded it. It was free. I don't know if it was why it was free, but it was free. And Bound, I did a review for. And Bound, I wanted to like a lot more than I did. Bound is a very creative game with a good story for its narrative from like the real-world perspective. And then you're basically playing as a woman who is like going to visit her father. And there's a lot of history there that the game tells you about as you go through. I don't want to spoil much about it. But as you're going through, you find objects on this beach as you're traveling to the house, and it's basically bringing back these memories of her past that also ends up translating to this other world where you play as this character that has is all about like ballerina and figure skating type things, where like you're spinning and jumping and just it's a very creative game. But it was a very short, very difficult platinum. It has a platinum, but extremely difficult platinum. And then, of course, everyone's talked about Flower and Journey, and they're both amazing experiences and games. Journey is one of the best games, indie titles of all time, for sure. And then this PS3 Classics bundle has Calling All Cars, Everyday Shooter, Twisted Metal Black, and War of the Monsters for $25.54. Only issue with some of these games is they don't have platinums. The reason why I didn't buy Twisted Metal Black on my PS4. I actually do have Twisted Metal Black on my PS3, as well as, of course, the original PS2 version. On PS3, you actually got it as a free download when you pre-ordered Twisted Metal on the PS3, the newer Twisted Metal game that we talked about earlier. But Twisted Metal Black, great game. Like, that is one of the best car combat games ever. Love that game to death. And I love its stories. I love the whole reason why I like Twisted Metal is because each character is effed up, and then the wishes. Basically, if they win the Twisted Metal tournament, they get to make a wish, and it's usually given to them as a very twist ending, like something they get it, but it's like not the way they want it. I love stuff like that. I'm a big fan of that kind of stuff. So that was the PS3 version. The PS4 version of this set for $19.97 comes with Kinetica, War of the Monsters, and Twisted Metal Black. Like I said, Twisted Metal Black does not have a platinum on PS4. Neither does War of the Monsters, I don't think. I don't think War of the Monsters does either, and I'm not sure about Kinetica. But yeah, that's not the worst collection of games. Next up is This Is the Police. This is a police management simulator that is available in a physical version and a digital version, both for $19.99. It's a game that's a little bit hard to describe fully what you do, but basically you're a police chief who's retiring, he's forced to retire, and you have to manage the daily routines of the police that are going on. It's a very dark and gritty game. Your cops can die in the line of duty, you're dealing with the mob, you're dealing with gangs, obviously a lot of murder. The subject matter of the calls themselves are very dark, with terrorist activity and hostage situations and rape and just all this stuff that you're sending people on calls. Like here's an example of like a family of gang members that you're trying to investigate and eventually try to take out. And there's also an overarching narrative that goes on with the police chief and him dealing with his personal matters, dealing with the mayor. You have to make the mayor and his cronies happy, or you can make them mad and they cut your budget. A lot of stuff going on. It's a very deep game for what it is. I just wish and I say that, but at the same time, it's also very plain in execution as far as what you're looking at. So I wish there was a bit more to that aspect. But if you're someone who doesn't mind a less intensive graphic and, all visual experience, there's a lot there in this The Police. So it was a little bit of a mixed thing for me, but there is a lot there to love. Next up is Kona. Now, this came out last Friday as well, and I think I talked about it then, but now this is the actual, full, release. It's not on sale anymore. The first-person perspective horror adventure survival game that's getting a little bit of buzz. I'm hoping to mess with it very soon myself. I just haven't had an opportunity to check it out personally yet, but I'm hoping very soon I'll be able to check out Kona. So that is out as its full price, and $19.99 is a bit pricey. Does have a plat though? I'm pretty sure it does. Also out today is the Nonary Zero Escape games. These games, Zero Escape and 999, are both great games, available on Vita. Zero Escape is available on Vita and 3DS, and then 999 is available on the Nintendo DS. And I'm not. Maybe it did get re-released on Vita. Let me know, because I'm not sure if it got re-released on Vita or not. 999, that is. But this is them two together in one bundle. Yep. So, and the third one is coming out soon for this series. This is a pretty, there's some dark moments in this game. It's puzzle elements, lots of different endings. There's a lot of different things going on in it. A very, very cool series. Obviously it is pricey, but these games are worth your time. I'm not sure if they're doing I would assume they would do a physical release, because it's Access. They would do a physical release for this, so I would probably, if I'm going to pick it up, that's the version I'm going to pick up, is the physical for both of these games together. And I know one has a platinum. I wanted to see, though, real quick. Does the other one... Oop. Okay, the together as one thing, it has a platinum, so there is a plat involved, a pretty high percentage, because it came out... Oh no, it just came out recently in Japan. It's not even out, so... A lot of people have already gathered. There's not many people that played it yet, because it just came out today, but the people that did mess with it ended up getting the, one person did, at least. One? Three. Three people have already platinumed it, so I'm glad it does have that plat, though, and you can see the trophies are broken up from 999 to, Virtue's Last... it's Zero Escape Virtue's Last Reward is the name of the game. Virtue's Last Reward is the, name of the second one. But they're cool games, well worth your time. At some point, I would highly recommend checking out the Zero Escape games. And, was it one last game coming out? There we go. And last but not least is the game that game I reviewed this week, because I thought it was coming out Tuesday, but it actually came out today. And that is 88 Heroes. This is a retro platformer action game that has 88 playable characters that you get to play as. And I don't know why my thing is acting so slow right now. But anyway, it is 4 worlds long. There's 88 levels. There's 88 minutes to beat the levels. You have 88 seconds per level to finish them. It's one-hit death. There's a lot of creativity when it comes to the characters you get to play as. It does have a platinum, which I already got the plat. I got the platinum in a little over a sitting. I played it, beat it, did everything I could, reviewed it, and then went back and finished up the last couple of trophies I was missing. A couple of grindy ones, like dying 888 times or killing 888 monsters. But it is a cool game, very creative, and I think very fun for people that like retro-style platformers and like that kind of stuff. I would recommend 88 Heroes for sure. So there we go. That's everything there. Okay, so let's jump over now to the PSN profiles and take a look at all the new trophy lists that have been revealed. There's a new list for Neverwinter available. Another region of Neverwinter is out. Very difficult platinum for Neverwinter, including being 1,000 Dragons. It's an MMORPG. It's been on PS4 for a while now, but now I guess it's out in another region. A game that I'm very interested in checking out, a game called Flint Hook, is available, and this is a roguelite. Aka it's going to be random floors and stuff that are set up for it, but you get to control. It's a retro-looking game where you get the control character, and it's a lot of like swinging mechanics, like a very Bionic Commando kind of feel, the things that are going on in it, or There is a game called Streamers on that's part of Action 52 back on the NES that involved a clown doing that stuff, and someone took that concept and made like a homebrew called Streamers something, and it's kind of the feel I was getting from seeing this. So Flintholt looks really cool. Looks like it's probably going to be a very difficult platinum though, with a lot of stuff that you're going to have to do in it in order to get that. There's trophies. Freedom Planet, like I said, here's the trophy list. Just very, very poor trophy list with the different badges that you have to unlock. While playing through, I've gotten 10 of the badges so far, mostly for doing speedrun stuff. Like, I got a couple of speedrun trophies and a couple of things, but it's just, like I said, a very poor... The badges basically are different... They're like achievements themselves. They could have been their own trophies, a lot of them. Speedrunning levels... beating bosses with certain things, and stuff like that. And they could have easily done a much better job when it came to the trophies there. Royal Defense, very easy, 100% clearly. But here you go, here's the list for kill 1,000 enemies, kill 500 enemies with spells, sell 50 towers, build 50 mines. Very, very easy. 100% here for that one. We've seen Royal Defense and all before, so that must be another version of it. Inner World is up next. I'm not positive about this one. Oh, okay, this is another, like, adventure-style game, point-and-click adventure game, that actually did look cool. Because it's an adventure game, probably going to be a relatively easy platinum. Completing the chapters, beat the game without taking any hints from the help system. Okay, don't press L2. So that's, one of the things that may be a little bit of a pain to do, but I'm sure with a guide, this will be a very, very easy plat. Different things you have to do in the game itself. I'm not sure, obviously, some of these are going to be missable. But any point-and-click adventure game, a lot of them have very easy plats. So this is one to keep an eye out for trophy hunters. And it looks like a cool little game. It does look like a cool little game for sure. Next up, Kill All Zombies on PS3. Kill All Zombies has been out for PS4 and Vita for a while. I don't know why there's a PS3 version coming out, though. I do love the trophy icons, Guts to Glory. That's a weird thing to be coming out here. Here's the list for This is the Police. A little bit disappointing that it doesn't have a platinum for it. And also, I had to play this game on my alternate profile because it kept crashing on me when I played it on my main profile, because I was playing it as a review copy before the game came out, and there was just some issue with online or something, so I had to play it offline and end up playing it on my alt account because just it wouldn't work for me. But the game is fine. It works fine now on every account, but that was just one of those deals. I was like, I know I got trophies in the game while I was playing it, but it was on I think my Hong Kong account, actually, is what I played it on, weirdly enough. Next up is Exodus. This is another Japanese game. Go ahead and translate this one. No plat though. First time clearing a mission, first time clearing an emergency mission. Enhanced level has become 99. Strongest in has become a unified ranking #1. Probably pretty grindy for some of that. Heroes of the Monkey Tavern. This is a old school dungeon crawler adventure style game that's coming out. I'm looking forward to it. No platinum involved in it. Finish the game on easy, normal, and hard. Finish the game with a monkey in your party, but it's very much like an old style PC dungeon crawling game where you like create your party in the town, in the tavern in this case, and then go off into a dungeon. It's first person perspective and all that. Not everyone's cup of tea. I wish there was a plat, of course, because I actually saw the trailer for it and it looked pretty cool. Sidekicks available on the Vita. There's another game that has a get the bad end, clear each episode. Is this a visual novel? Extra Rico, extra... this looks like a very easy visual novel, potentially, or game like that, with a very easy plot. It was funny, I actually recently found my Vita, finally. I've been looking for my Vita for a long time, and I actually finally got my second platinum, and my name is Mayo because of it. And I was like, since I haven't had my Vita for a while, let me look up some easy platinums for Vita. And some people have even asked me to go ahead and do some sort of like easy platinum list for the Vita. But the thing about it was, I looked it up. There's not a whole lot of easy platinums on Vita, other than all the visual novels that are all Japanese. Here's another list for Akiba's Beat. This is the sequel or pseudo-sequel to Akiba Strip. I'm looking forward to it. I've talked about it before in past episodes. Arcade Archives Art of Fighting. Once again, my weekly rant about Arcade Archives and their crappy trophy list. Here you go. Once again, crap. No platinums. Very lazy. Very easy, though, for those who want to get the 100%. It's extremely easy for these. Very disappointing, though, that they don't just put a little bit of a better effort in. Next up is Zoomium Sword, the Gate of Firmament. Gate of Firmament. Beating the chapters, finish each character's story. Spirit infused once in a battle, forging recipes, forged all items. Interesting looking game. It's English list, so that's why I'm like, is this a Hong Kong region? What is going on with that one? If you have any information, let me know. Another game for Vita. I'm not sure if this is what this one is. Boop. It looks like a visual novel. First Snow Cherry. Finish reading. Looks like, yes, listen to all background music, saw all CG. We have ourselves a visual novel game that has a very high percentage. So for those who are in the visual novel games in Japanese, another easy list. Another cool party game coming out soon is called Use Your Words. I think this is taking on the whole thing of games like Jackbox Party, but this one does have a platinum, so obviously I'm very intrigued. Complete 50 party matches, play 1,999 minigames, use an emoji as an answer, have all the characters write the same answer, so I guess you have about the 6 players, everybody puts the same answer. Like, I'll just have me and my friends do that on the very first game. First question, no matter what, we all put the same answer, boom, trophy. That's always fun. Earn the Dirty Bird trophy, earn the Golden Joe. So it looks like a pretty easy, score a perfect game with 6 players. It's probably, I guess maybe that's the toughest one. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. I'm hoping I'm getting a chance to do that one. Next up is Rewrite. This is another Japanese game. Boop. Won all trophies, clear each route. T-Rex was alive until the 2nd century achievement? What? What is going on here? Bad ending, all mappy complete? All mappy. I saw the boob. Hold on. Oh. That is my favorite trophy maybe ever. Tits Wasoi. It's Wasoi. Oh. I'm sorry. Tits Wasoi. I saw the boobs then. Massage the breast of Akane events complete. This is clearly a very etchy experience. I'm sorry. Is it visual novel? Is it not visual novel? I don't know. But wow. Okay, sorry. That just made me laugh. I have the maturity level of a 3-year-old. Next up is the trophy list for MLB The Show 17. I'm a big MLB The Show fan. Last year's trophy list sucked because of 2 trophies in particular. The biggest one being the whole win 20 games in the one mode where you can only lose twice. 2 or 3 times. I think it was only twice you could lose. And if you lost 3 times, you had to start over again. But you had to win 20 games with that team. And it was all online matches, so it was random. But this list looks much more doable, at least from what we can see. Complete an extra inning game in Diamond Dynasty, complete 1 silver level mission in Diamond Dynasty, enter into an online event, just enter into the event. A few of the online, there is a couple of online ones, but they look very, very easy. Franchise season or postseason modes, complete a quick manage game. Complete a critical situation. I'm sure a lot of these will be very easy to get. Create a new Road to the Show player. I'll be doing that because I play Road to the Show mode. If you're interested in seeing the game, check out my live stream on Tuesday. I will be playing MLB The Show, the Road to the Show mode. I will be playing as a pitcher. I'm one of the few people that actually plays as a pitcher in the games, so that's cool. Hit a home run that travels 430 feet in retro mode. There's a new mode this year for retro mode. This is basically a 1-button mode. Everything's like X, you know, X throws, X hits. They basically took what RBI Baseball and that revival of the RBI Baseball series have been doing, and they put it into the show. So they just pretty much like, well, that game exists, and there's a few people that buy it. We're just going to take that mode and put it into our game, and now we have that. And it pretty much, that's how it plays, but you're playing it in the show instead of buying RBI Baseball separately. And this year, there is no RBI Baseball. The game's not coming out. The MLB The Show is the only baseball game out. Being a big baseball fan, that's the one I have to go with. I wish there was some other stuff going on with it, but there you go. And then last but not least, Drawn to Death. Coming out in just a couple of weeks. Shooter hack and slash beat 'em up. Has a platinum. Play and finish 10 matches. Get first place in a match. So online? Multiplayer? Play and finish 50 matches. Just finish 50, man. At least it says play and finish, not win. Solve all the Sphinx riddles. Get 2 characters to level 15 and complete all their carrot missions. This looks terrible. I don't know, but maybe it's fun. Like, the game doesn't have to look great to be a fun game. But, deposit 10 hearts in organ donor mode. Complete training. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe this one is a doable plat. I don't know. This could be a doable one. I'm trying to see ones that are really a pain. Like 600 kills is a pain. 50 matches, but that... Oh, get first place in 25. There you go. Never mind. I missed that one. Never mind. That's that one. That's a crappy one. Unless you're really good at the game, of course. So there you guys go. That is everything for this week in PlayStation. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of the kind of quicker format to get things going. Like I said, be sure to check out my flash sale video that went up as well, where I talk about all the games on sale this week, or this weekend, and there's a lot of stuff on sale. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next week. Hope you enjoyed.